Back to Uncensored 1996.
Chicago Street Fight. We're working for book 2. Now say it with me. A Chicago Street Fight is happening in Mississippi.
I think they named it Chicago Street Fight because the Warriors were in there, and then Luger was supposed to be in there, and then he got taken out, and no one took away that. Oh, and if you were watching from the last video, they also advertised DDP and the Booty Man as an I Quit match.
You did?
Yes.
Oh well. I didn't even notice that. The idea here is that Booker and Sting win here. Hornell Heat gets a title shot. I think the best on the line here, but it's not making clear. At least not so far. This is Booker's dry run for a singles push, which honestly went well. I see one of his first 2 title a year and a half later. Yeah, the end of the year, really for a lot of stuff. Naturally, it's a Brawl Star, and they'll run before. We go split screen here, which is a good idea. Granted, they just have 2 separate shots at the same thing. And I continue to wonder how they stay in business for as long as they do.
Yes.
Tony must be drunk because he makes a good point. Say that these kind of matches should have 2 referees.
Yes.
Aside from pointing out the stupidity of the higher-ups with them allow us to see how move, that's right. Sting and Animal trade blows, low blows on a post because that's very normal. We switch back to the split screen now, complete with a graphic. Remind us that this is a Chicago Street Fight. And yeah, another great moment from Bobby. He says that instead of covering someone that's down, you go through his pockets and look for cash, jewelry, watches, etc. I love Ian. The wrestlers can get away with murder, but they can get disqualified. I love wrestling.
Yep.
As Booker Animal in the ring and Sting Hulk, who was also Animal. Hulk. But whatever. With Sting in that aisle, Hulk hit for a freaking dropkick when he has to. That was impressive.
It was.
Sting gets a chair and hits some absolutely laughable base shots with it. However, they're divine ones compared to ones Animal hits the faces with. However, in the Road Warriors are heels in a match. Those shots were awful though. I think I've seen breakthrough horror once.
Yes.
Hulk knows self a power driver. Really, how do you not stop freaking power driver? You're dropping a head for goodness sake. The suicide continues as we have a chin lock in Street Fight. Oh yeah, work that chin. He says that Animal or Hulk need to get with their partner and say something to them. The thing he says takes him 11 seconds to say. It's not a fight, but there's something that's just great about that. They hit the stands for about a second, and we have the second instance tonight of the cheers being Big Rose for no apparent reason. Why did he insistently use the 2 counters on the same shot? I love wrestling times on this video. My head hurt. Apparently this is not a title. So therefore, Sting can't lose his title, can only get hurt. The Road Warriors have nothing to gain, and Booker can get a title shot. Why are the other 3 not named Booker here, guys? Sting and Hulk are the ring, and Booker Animal near the cage. They set up the Doomsday device so Booker makes a save by crushing Animal, who usually doesn't go on top.
Yeah.
This prompts Dusty to say E.T. phone home.
Okay.
What?
Just randomly E.T. phone home.
I give up a chapter out favorite show all the time ago. Sting hits the 5th low blow in 15 minutes. I wish they would make a reference to Sting and Dusty team up to fight the Road Warriors to start to 87. Just as I say that, Bobby aces Dusty. What would he do if he were Sting's partner in this case? I wish he would have said that he wasn't left it, but no. The spinning Rooney is known as the Whirly Bird here. I love to see Sting gets RVD in jumping contests. They both amazingly athletically high.
Yeah.
It'll be a very interesting challenge. Apparently I'm very into this match. Apparently the fans are staying everywhere. That's what they said. They must be about an average of 4 feet tall because they look like they're sitting to me, but they got the professional announcer. Booker hits low blow number 6. Tony continues his brilliant career as an announcer and points out that they haven't done anything incredibly extreme. And this has really just been as basic as possible. Thanks for pointing out that this isn't as great as it was built up to be and giving us the reason to believe the hype of future pay-per-views.
Yes.
He wasn't rolled though. I think I finally start figuring out the problem I have with this commentary team. I don't know what they're saying, and it just passes through my head as being fine. Bobby Dusty told me about globbing someone. G-L-O-M-M-I-N-G. Does anybody know what globbing means?
Globbing? Yeah, I have no idea.
What the heck does that mean? Let me see if there's a synonym for globbing. No suggestions. But it's actually a word though, because it's not a word. I guess it means double teaming, but it could mean sharing a turkey sandwich.
It could.
And I don't know, white wine for all I know. I don't know. I will give it this. They managed to keep going with the singles and team fight, and that's hard to pull off here. Off the top of a power slam, Bobby says, Sting laid on his shoulder like Apollo 13. That doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
What in the world does that supposed to mean? It's like just random gibberish. It sounds good. What in the world does Apollo freaking 13 do with this match? How in the world does it relate to a guy laid on his shoulder? Animal falls on a via Wicker cheer shot when we close on his post. The weapon shots here just fly out stuck. Hulk just...
And I also feel like they're far in between.
Yes. Hulk just somehow matches hits him with the side chair. Face it, Hulk. That's hard to do. Sting that leaves his partner alone to go get some plunder. Dusty. Plunder. Which I figured out means weapons.
Yes.
He comes back with brooms. He got brooms. Oh, that's not the weirdest weapon of the night.
No.
Even Tony sounds annoyed in this match, as we're well past 20 minutes here, which really just stupid stuff, one or a little time. Now, instead of hitting Hulk with the wood handle to first, he hits him with the straw. Yep, that's what he did. Animal apparently noggered Booker. There's a new language being formed here.
Yes.
Bobby makes a vacuum reference for no apparent reason. They trash Luger some more. As it occurs to me, Dusty's form is Starcade as well. Hey, WCW, get new talent. Booker apparently walks out.
For reasons.
Don't blame him. With Animal. Follow him. So we hit the switch screen again. Animal and Booker fight it back even more with Luger there. Animal accidentally hits Luger and knocks him into some trash, which ticks him off, of course. With a Viking-like yell, he runs at Animal and takes him out. See right, Booker's partner shows up, and along with Jimmy Hart, they beat the tar out of Animal and tie him to a post. In the ring, Hulk is being the crowd out saying, which...
I got a couple things to add to that.
Okay.
For some reason, it was Animal, right?
Yes.
Animal follows Booker T, who's leaving. He's leaving. Instead of trying to finish off the match, where he has the advantage of 12-1 against his opponent, he just follows him. And the second thing is, when you said Luger got knocked into some trash, the trash was on the floor before Luger even touched the trash can. It was on the floor. He landed on the floor. So I'm not sure why they just had trash on the floor. Bad housekeeping over there.
They tie Animal to a post.
Yeah, they did.
In the ring, Hulk's being the crowd out still was just odd to say. Sting goes into his insane offense. That works better than anything else. Booker's back down as his old faces here. Stevie runs out to hit an all crap cheer shot to end this. Right in the pin, we cut the Animal who's screaming about nothing in particular, other than the destroyer being taped to a pole being handcuffed. I love wrestling.
It was long, drawn out. I don't know, I'm using the same description as I used for the previous match, but it fits for this match too. It was long, drawn out. It literally just felt like they were just punching and kick each other all over the ringside area. No weapons were used, except for a few instances where a chair was used.
And a broom. And a straw to broom, not the stick.
Yeah. Other than that, it was not good. Actually, not even, no, other than that, it just was not good.
This is hard to grade. We promised some list about 30 minutes, and you can call at least 15 that out. And maybe get a decent match or so.
Yeah.
There's just way too many dead spots though, where it's just random punches and kicking that gets very boring. The Street Fight aspect of this was awful. We wanted a few chair shots on Broom and they're doing it all. Also, it's not even for the titles. Hope Booker there's a substitute partner. That will at least get us something closer to reason here. The brawl is okay, but that's overshadowed by the pure dullness of 15 minutes of this.
Yes. F.
And we recapped the feud with Hogan and Savage against the Alliance. More or less what happened here was simple. The Alliance challenged Hogan to a 4-on-1 cage match. But WCW wised up and realized Hogan carrying a match like that could expose him too much. So they threw Savage in him too. Now, how did the Alliance put out this challenge? Was it by beating down Hogan? Was it by destroying something he held dear and valuable? Was it by making threats to his family at home? Nope. It's all three. They sent him a telegram. Let me repeat that. The feud and match was sent by group sent Hogan a telegram. That was so freaking stupid, I can't even make fun of it. I truly can't. They sent him a telegram, I can't go over that. Something else I noticed, there's a single mention of Randy Savage whole show. It's nothing about Hogan. The team was known as the Alliance and Hulkamania. In the build-up from the announcers, there's no mention of Savage. One of the rules with these people, why am I trying to figure this out?
And during the match, when they actually talk about both of them, they actually use the name Mega Powers, which I'm pretty sure is a WWE copyright.
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Doomsday Cage Match, Hogan and Savage versus the Alliance and Hulkamania. The Alliance is Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Ming Barbarian, Lex Luger, Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan, Zeke Gangsta, Zeus from the ladies, and Ultimate Solution. Big fat strong guy that never did anything other than knowing wrestling, and he did play Bane and Batman.
And the name's also sort of close to the Final Solution, which was, I believe, the thing that Hitler called the extermination of all the Jews. So.
You're correct, because I put that joke in there too.
Yeah.
Before I got to the next.
Yes.
Now you might be wondering how this is going to work. Right? This is not complicated at all. Well, until about 3 minutes before the bell rings, so was everyone else. Literally, they didn't know what they were going to do until the day of the show. That should really wrestle company at work. The idea would be this: you have a ring with 3 cages over top of it. In other words, there's a ring with a cage over it that's very tall. And it has on top of it. The top of that cage is the 4 of a 6 cage. That cage is 6 sides, all made of cage. There's all of those on top. The match starts at the top for no apparent reason. The idea is they're more or less a gauntlet match. There's 2 guys on top, 4 in the middle cage, and 2 in the bottom cage. And Hogan and Savage have to win all 3 cages. Yup, that's it. And the match is supposed to be all about violence. The whole Doomsday match. We have a freaking gauntlet with regular pins and submissions. Let's get to this. Michael Buffer is in the ring doing introductions for this. As I thought this is going to take a long time.
Yes.
He aces if they're ready. He aces again. I wonder if they're going to break it down into the match. The cage meet. Oh, Brian Pillman's supposed to be in this.
He's supposed to.
But he left for ECW at this time where he would be all for a day or so. And then he went to WWF.
Yeah.
Flair comes out, Saints belt ring, acknowledgement that he's the champion, so you can see where the priorities are.
Yes.
Oh, we also had to wait for them to all climb the steps to get their cages too. Barbarian has been banned from wrestling in most countries in the world too. You learn something new every day. Zeus, I refuse to refer to him as Z Gangster more than I have to. And Ultimate Solution aren't here yet.
No.
His original name was Final Solution.
His original name was Final Solution.
I'll give you 2 guesses as to how that went. So we're starting with Anderson and Flair at the top. So we're starting to Mega Powers versus Anderson and Flair. What's wrong with that as a main event? I'll let that far better. Luger left WWF for this. That's just sad. They finally just go up and call Hogan a superhero. Naturally, the camera follows him to stairs as my favorite places kick in. Yeah, I have a favorite place. Really high place like that. Dusty says the fans have been waiting for days in and around this building. Just go with it. Once they finally reach the top, we start immediately, and also immediately we see the massive problem. The fans can't see a stupid thing.
Yeah, there's no lights pointing in that direction on top of the cage.
They're about 30 feet from the ground, which of course is as high as 65 so far, according to Brain. And the lighting is awful.
Yes.
Also, this is before the days that Tiny tried. If they had that, this will be okay. No, actually, it wouldn't be okay, but the viewing will have been better.
Yeah.
The people watching pay-per-view from home have a hard time seeing it, so imagine what it's like for the fans there. They're dead quiet, too. If they're not open, maybe 10 seconds because you realize saying it. Oh, Arn Anderson's wearing a full black bodysuit, too, for no apparent reason.
Yeah, none of us know why.
He says, well, I think might have been hidden jab at WCW. By saying, wow, great thing for television, and only here in WCW. Those are either fed to him or shots at the brilliant minds who came up with this. Actually, no, they're not worth their sarcastic praise. They're freaking idiots. I mean, seriously, what are they for thinking? If you're going to do a cage match, if you're going to do a big cage match, that's fine. If you're going to do a gauntlet cage match, that's fine too. Actually, that's kind of an interesting concept. However, do it where people can see it. My good.
They do eventually learn their lesson and have a triple cage match.
It's not good.
It's not good, but you can at least see what's going on.
Yeah, my goodness, how hard of a concept is that? What's so important aspect of any show? How about being able to see? The fans here might be able to make out someone next to the outside cage, but other than that, nothing. And the only about saying you sit across the ring and don't have binoculars because you're screwed. Seeing a Booker won the main event, right? And I can't get around how ridiculous this is. Seriously, who thought this was a good idea? Oh, and there's a referee up there too, and he knows uncensored and therefore unsanctioned. There's also a mason pole in the middle in case
any one of them wants to lap dance.
Or someone wants to shoot a Brooke Hogan music video. I don't know. Well, at this point. They go to a wide shot and just first shows who this is. We can't arrest the talk, which usually come up on the crowd. Maybe you can see, as there's a pop for Hogan ripping the shirt off. He insists this is better than the World Series or the Super Bowl. Yes, it is, Bobby. Yes, it is. Hey, we've hit 70 feet in the air. And he redeems himself a bit with a line of all manager can do is hope that they have a climb in the morning. And then we get random reference to someone named Becky and Never.
Thanks, Dusty.
So, Becky from Denver, if you're watching, here's to you. The sash for you, Becky.
Yes. Not Becky Lynch. Just Becky from Denver.
Okay, then. Tony sums up the match perfectly. The fans want to know what the Doomsday Cage was, so they're finding out here. Well, thanks for that, Tony.
Oh, thanks for not telling us in advance. Yeah.
In other words,
it's not like WWE. It's not like NXT didn't tell us what War Games actually was.
I'll tell about y'all first.
Yeah.
In other words, we're going to throw a cool sound name and say that Hogan's in it because a bunch of guys are all in there vaguely mentioned. And say to find out, pay out. Once you hooked in, don't do anything. They did the same thing with the Elimination Chamber in 2002. That was here.
Yeah.
But the difference was that match is actually good. Wow.
Yeah. Good, true.
And it's still around.
Yeah.
Exhibit 8 is being reviewed at the moment. And in the ultraviolet match, we get double figure force. He is comedy, he's always holding the pieces of this in place. Notice I didn't say the gut work. Just in place. I said we'll likely want to run away and join Winners for protection program, which is awful. Zeus' solution to wrestle game this. They were the smart ones, I guess.
Yes.
Dusty says if you have a chain Dusty says if you have a chain left fist, because who does it?
He just has a spare one laying around.
Just go lay on it. To see what it's like. Bobby says, then call your neighbor over and slap the figure 4 on him. Then put the figure 8 on your Doberman. Bobby, I love you very much. Thank you, rest in peace, too. You need Master House of therapy meditation at this point, but I love you. Yeesh. Flair drops stuff from the cage to the other, which never explained or mentioned again. My guess will be the will of Flair's career, since it's dead at this point.
Yes.
Hogan, Savage for Power, which is likely the remains of the cocaine they needed to agree to this. They go through a trapdoor to get to the next cage, and Anderson and Flair are eliminated. Wow. Okay, so wait, all they had to do was get through a door?
Yep.
They didn't have to pin someone or get a tap out or just go for a door? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm done. I'm going to stop trying to make sense of this match, and that's all there is to it.
I'll take a stab at trying to not make sense of this match, pointing out another interesting fact. How does the Alliance and Hulkamania win? What's their win here?
Nothing.
Yeah, how do they get a solution where they can actually win? No one has actually mentioned pinfall or submission.
This just doesn't make any sense at all.
It's just Hogan and Macho just going to go through the entire cage, beat down everyone, and then just walk out. Essentially.
This just doesn't make any sense at all, but for some reason they insist that does. Bobby says, Boris Karloff will love this.
For those that don't know, that was the actual guy who played Frankenstein. And the voice of the narrator in The Grinch on How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
I don't think you will really love this, but okay. Hogan has a chain and beats Sullivan with it. They're about 12 feet now. They're down about 12 feet now, so the crowd's a bit more into it. It's the face of fear, Main and Barbarian, on Savage and Luger and Sullivan on Hogan. This room has a door in the middle of it. So it's like two small cages.
Yeah, I think they were supposed to stay in one and then beat down one group and then go into the other, but I think Macho just ran straight through the other door.
Yes. Actually, there's a reason for it, though, which we'll call him in. After being beaten on by two grown men and a steel chain, Hogan is fine manages to get the chainway to lock the door, which they have a lock before, but whatever, and trap Ming and Barbarian inside. A shot of the cage for the four bases look a lot better, as that's since they're on top of the regular cage. That's not bad, I guess.
Yeah.
Anderson and Flair drops in the second cage, and they are trapped as well. He says it's amazing, no way in and no way out. Yup, other than the doors that came in through. The doors that they lead through were the path the referee points them through to get to the end.
Yeah.
Speaking of doors, they go out of one and fly on the stairs, which is kind of scary as a ring bounce. There's no wall.
Yeah, there isn't.
It's a saving.
So if you trip, you're literally just going to fall in 20 feet.
Sullivan is actually over halfway out, as he says that he'll be spam if he hits. Savage and Luger saw the cage right away. According to Braid, everyone's on their feet. They had to be to see this, I suppose. They're more or less quiet, by the way. Luger gets loose over out to the floor. Yup, they got out of the cage, and while the rules stay on their match, said that Hogan starts just need to get down the win. They apparently want to keep going. Hey, we're having a doomsday cage match, so let's fight in the ring. Yup, they're fighting in the ring. Luger starts fighting by the cage with Hogan and Sullivan in the ring. The four guys in the upper cage break out and head down the cage. Now this is pretty cool. Hogan starts 62 in the arena. Well, okay, I don't. That's easier to see.
Yeah.
As you're not saving them in previous match, well, that's why then all four just start leaving. They just went back to the dressing room. Anderson and Flair were supposed to, but the face of fear is still in this legally. But who cares about that? That would make sense.
Yeah.
Hogan is being Luger in the ring, while Savage is having doors in front of him. What was that? Okay. But I gotta make sure this remains logical this match. As I report to that now for this. They're at the split screens now, and we have more bad cheer shots. I love how the graphic on the split screen says Doomsday Cage match, despite significant lack of cage. Here's Ultimate Solution Zeus. According to the commentary, we head back to the original cage for the showdown. Yup, it's Hogan and Savage and no tag team match against two big strong guys. How do they come up with these things? Sullivan is looking around as I feel he needs to register something in this match. I'm sure Sullivan is match for him to do. As if this wasn't really big enough, we had a beer hug. Hey, now it's time for the match. The rematch of the match that did happen 7 years ago. And I'll copy number not quite mentioned, but I imply that our knows anyway, because that's how we roll. Hogan's used my way.
Yep.
Ultimate Solution. I'm going to just call him Pork Chop for now on.
Pork Chop?
Yes,
Why?
He's fat too. Picks up Savage and has to position for a slam. Prompting Dusty to wonder what was he going to do with him. He says that he picked Savage up like a 100-pound infant. Tony says there's no winning or losing, only surviving. I agree with that. Whose career can survive this match? Here's Arn and Flair, as apparently they're playing a little Hulkamania, just stomp them and punch them and slam them along. Yeah, that's the epic point. Tony is holding out hope.
That plan's worked so successfully in the past.
Despite a few seconds, Tony's holding out hope, despite a few seconds before saying it's hopeless. I love that top-level journalism there, Tony. Keep it up, and one day you might actually get a better job.
Keep it up, and one day you can be Michael Cole.
They actually argue over how many people are in there against Hogan and Savage. To get with that, we point out that this started with a telegram. Somehow that's an improvement. Oh, at this point, naturally they asked if Hulkamania can survive instead of Hogan and Savage. It amazes me that he got so little respect over the years. He was not a David he could wrestle. And one of the best unintentionally funny moments I can remember, the power that Hogan and Savage have spills out, and within 5 seconds, Brutus is there to help them.
Yes.
That's just greatness. Also, they're almost face down in it. Because this is getting funnier. Now the interesting part. So what Bruce does for them, he brings their weapons to even odds. Instead of actually sitting around to help fight like a firm would.
Yeah.
No, he brought themselves in to help them fight the forces of evil. What does he bring? Does he bring brass knuckles? maybe a club, perhaps a couple of cheers. Nobody brings fry pans.
Yep.
And Bruce Springsteen brings a pair of fry pans to help save his friends. Where in the world do I start? Let's see. How about why did he have fry pans? Was he making bacon in the back or something? Does he tend to carry cookware around with him? Did the barbershop fall through? I guess he couldn't repair the window after Sean broke it, so he became a chef.
Yeah.
Somehow that's the most logical thing I've said all night. There's 5 minutes left, so let's get through this if we can. Luger comes back in with a glove that they applies limit. He said that Savage a bunch of ducks. That, I think. And Luger stops, but then starts to get a hit Flair and turn face, I guess. Hogan and Savage turn to leave, but Savage runs back in and pins Flair, who was already eliminated, while everyone else kind of sticks around unless it happens. Wow. Decided they forget the whole play thing, too, I suppose. He is ticked off and leaves. And we're probably done.
Oh, God. This match is so bad that you can't really put up adjectives to describe it.
No.
The only way I can say it is go and watch it. It's not a recommendation, oh, you have to go watch this. This is so good that you have to watch it. This is so bad that you have to understand what's going on when people talk about this match. Yeah.
I guess you gave it an F.
Yeah.
I asked you because I got to do my rating. Where's my rating circle?
I don't know how you wrote a paragraph about it.
Negative F.
Negative F.
This is below F. We go so low that we went past Z. Which stands for Zeus, not Z Gangster. And we've reached negative letters. That's how insane this was. It made no sense. The rules might as well have just been made up. Because something stayed the same as it was in me. You couldn't see a stupid thing if you weren't the audience. The match was exactly the same thing that I had always been with Hogan surviving, and the plan was just to beat them up a lot. Take note, fans. Never send a telegram in your life. You can see what I can lead to. Overall.
Don't even do that. Not even once. F.
Yeah, F. You know, for some reason, though, I liked it. I should have given it lower, but for some reason, I like this show. It's an F. Still, but I liked it. That's a high rate. And I have no idea why. But somehow I like this show. I think it's the whole crazy aspect of it. It's so completely ridiculous. That's actually fun. Not my line. The earlier stuff isn't great. Actually, it's kind of boring, the good stuff, compared to the rest of the show. But the rest of the stuff is just such insanity stupidity that I only recommend watching while completely and utterly stoned or drunk. Or hopefully a combination of both. If that's the case, this is the greatest match of all time.
If you want to, yeah, this is a pay-per-view. If you want to bring around a couple friends that just drink and make fun of wrestling, this is a great pay-per-view to do that for.
This actually prompted the Hogan filter, believe it or not.
Yeah.
As he was more or less booted out of the building the next time. Hulkamania was clearly going here as the whole idea of him being able to pull his was just too much even for the hardcore Hulkamania to take. Yeah. Something had to be done, and while turn wrestle upside down, and more or less screw up a ton of pushes and plays. Hogan was saved, so it was over the world. As for recommendation, no, Philly and Regal. But no. As for recommendation, this is a terrible show, so let me watch if you're interested in the complete insanity of it. It's the absolute main event, the worst main event I've ever seen. I haven't ever heard of something called the Extreme Elimination Show. That could be wonderful.
Yeah, that.
But,
yeah. Well, anyway, our pick for next week. Whose turn is it to pick?
It was you because I picked NXT TakeOver that one.
Alright. It was Bash at the Beach, 1998. Hulk Hogan teams with Dennis Rodman to face Diamond Dallas Page and Karl Malone. Bret Hart versus Booker T, and Rey Mysterio versus Chris Jericho. The annual Silver Spectacular reaches new heights when the world of basketball collides with the world of professional wrestling. Dennis Rodman teams with Hollywood Hulk Hogan to take on Karl Malone and Diamond Dallas Page in the main event. Goldberg defends the WCW Championship against Kurt Hennig. Bret Hart takes on Booker T for the WCW TV Championship. Rey Mysterio faces Chris Jericho for the Cruiserweight Championship. Well, at least they advertised women match it.
Yes.
Alright, and my pick for you, since there was a Starrcade this week,
Okay.
is Starrcade 1999.
Okay.
I can give you I can actually give you the match card. It is the Mama Lukes versus Disco Inferno and Lash LaRue.
Oh, that could be good.
Medusa versus Evan Courageous.
I'm stopping there, shouldn't I?
Norman Smiley versus Ming. And a hardcore match for the Hardcore Championship.
Okay.
The Revolution, Shane Douglas, Dean Malenko, Perry Saturn, and Asia
Okay.
versus Jim Duggan and the Varsity Club, Kevin Sullivan, Mike Rotunda, and Rick Steiner. Vampiro versus Dr. Death, Steve Williams. Vampiro versus Oklahoma, which I'm guessing is something from the match before. Creative Control and Kurt Hennig versus Harlem Heat and Midnight. Jeff Jarrett versus Dustin Rhodes in a bunkhouse brawl match. DDP versus David Flair in a crowbar and a pole match. Sting versus the Total Package. Kevin Nash versus Sid Vicious in a powerbomb match. I know you'll enjoy that. Chris Benoit versus Jeff Jarrett in a WCW in a ladder match for the United States title. And the main event of the night is Bret Hart versus Goldberg.
Which is Bruce Lee's match of the score.
Yes.
Well, no stuff.
Yes.
And, well, I'll do it.
That will do it.
See those shoes?
Yes.
See those shoes also this weekend. Here, I was going to give you something like Money in the Bank 2011.
No, you weren't. Shut
Yes,
up.
I was.
No, you weren't.
Or Wrestling 17.
Bold-faced lie.
No, I'm actually not lying.
It's a bold-faced lie.
Maybe. We'll see it. We'll see you later in the week for this week's reviews.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.